Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a look at a single day's news to really get a handle on the immense pressures and, the soaring ambitions that are shaping modern India, both at home and on the world stage. Sometimes a huge global standoff just starts with a number. And this one, it's a big one. 50%. Now, that's not just some abstract figure, right? It's a number that has literally set two of the world's biggest democracies on a collision course. And then you get the language, a bit recalcitrant. Wow. That's how the U.S. Treasury Secretary actually described India in these really tense trade talks. I mean, it's diplomatic speak, sure, but the message is crystal clear. Things are not going well. So let's unpack this. So this isn't just, a simple disagreement over some goods. No way. We're talking about a super high-stakes economic showdown, and it has real, measurable consequences for what is one of the fastest-growing economies on the planet. Okay, so the heart of this whole thing, it's these massive 50% tariffs. And the reaction inside India? Well, it's been swift and totally defiant. We're seeing calls for boycotts and this really powerful wave of national self-reliance. It's like economics has suddenly become a matter of national pride. And right here, you can see the direct threat. These tariffs, they're not just political noise. They could literally shave off up to 60 basis points. That's over 0.5% from India's GDP growth. Now, for a country that's developing so fast, that is a huge hit. We're talking about something that could impact millions of jobs, millions of livelihoods. But here's the thing. This trade dispute isn't happening in a vacuum. Not at all. It's really just one piece of a much, much bigger puzzle. It's part of this wider picture of pressure coming at India from all sides all at once. And these pressure points, they are all over the place. So on the economic front, you've got the tariff standoff with the U.S., Then, diplomatically, you've got these super sensitive border talks happening with China. And then there's a cultural front, a really personal challenge about the safety of Indians living abroad. It's a true test on multiple fronts. So think about this. While all the economic heat is coming from the U.S., India's leadership has to simultaneously handle these critical, high-level border talks with China. And at the exact same time, they're dealing with this really upsetting news from Indiana where a Hindu temple was vandalized. And get this, it's the fourth attack like it in the U.S. this year. Just incredible. So, when you're facing all these challenges at once, from tariffs to territory to temples, the question becomes pretty obvious, right? What's the game plan? How on earth do you navigate a storm like this? Well, India's response isn't just to sit back and take the punches. No, it looks like a really carefully calibrated strategy. A mix of high-level diplomacy on one side and building new friendships on the other. This strategy really seems to have two parts. First, you talk directly with your opponent, right? Try to find a solution. But at the same time, and this is key, you strengthen all your other global partnerships. That way, you're never, ever dependent on just one. And here we see that plan in action. There's talk of a potential meeting between Prime Minister Modi and President Trump to try and cool things down, but, and this is a big but, in a very clear signal, India is also hitting pause on some U.S. defense deals and cozying up to Brazil, Russia, and China. It's a classic diplomatic move, isn't it? Keep the door open for a deal, but let everyone know you've got other options. Okay, so while all that drama is playing out on the world stage, something totally different. And you could argue something even more powerful is happening inside India. It's a story of transformation and unity unfolding right within its own borders. For the first time. Think about that. Those are three of the most powerful words you can hear in any story about progress. For the first time. It means a real break from the past, a genuine step into a new future. And this is just a deeply symbolic moment. In 14 villages in Bastar, a region that for decades was torn apart by Maoist insurgency, the Indian flag is going to be raised on Independence Day for the very first time. Think about it. Where black flags of protest used to fly under threat, the national flag is now going up. It's a huge shift from conflict to integration. It's a totally different kind of national strength, being built from the ground up. But it's not just about handling the tough challenges of today. India is also making some really bold, ambitious plans for the future. We're talking about looking a full decade ahead. Remember how we started this whole thing with a number? Well, we're going to end with one too, 2030. Mark that year down, because that's the year India is targeting for its next huge leap onto the global sporting stage. That's right, the Indian Olympic Association has officially given the green light for a bid to host the 2030 Commonwealth Games. And look, this isn't just about sports, not by a long shot. It's a real statement of intent. It's a signal of forward-looking ambition, and it's about wanting to welcome the world.
So we're left with this incredible contrast, aren't we? You have a nation dealing with all this intense pressure, diplomatic, economic, from the outside, and at the very same time, it's healing old wounds and building a new kind of unity from within. It just leaves you with this one fascinating question. Which of these two forces, the pressure from the outside or the progress on the inside, is going to have the bigger impact on the India of tomorrow?